What's up guys, just Messi here, welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. Today is Thursday the 23rd of June and there's a fair amount of good rumours today as well as a good amount of confirmed stuff at the start guys. So as always, before we start, if you can smash 1,500 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click subscribe button for daily FIFA content and in the comments below, let me know your thoughts on today's rumours I should do in the next episode. And if you missed yesterday's videos, they'll be down below in that description box. Alternatively, you can head on to my channel and there'll be transfers at 8 AM. Also gameplay at 9:30 PM currently. Right, so let's start off then with our confirmed transfers. The very first one is going to be a Polish CDM going to Queen's Park Rangers from Legia Warsaw in the Polish League, I believe it is. And that's going to be Ariel Broziuk. I probably butchered that name, but he's a CDM on it's actually an undisclosed fee, so nothing mentioned regarding a fee, but still, I imagine quite a solid signing for them. Then we go on to Charlie Masonda, this time, the young Belgian of Chelsea, going back out on loan to Real Betis in Spain. Apparently, when he went on loan there last season, it was quite a successful loan spell, so he's gone back out there, and on head-to-head right now, you may be fully aware, he's actually a silver card with 5-star skill moves. And if he remains as a 5-star skiller for FIFA 17, that'd be pretty damn cool. Having the likes of Mastor, Odegaard and stuff all in that league. Actually, as Mastor, I think he may be returning back to AC Milan now, but either way, there'd be a lot of good 5-star skillers I'm hoping for on FIFA 17. Now we go on to William Jose. I believe this guy was once owned, or at least at Real Madrid. He was technically at Real Madrid Castilla, but on the FIFA where he got transferred there, I believe was actually at the main Real Madrid. So that is the reason there that I kind of recognise him. But he's gone to Real Betis this time, the same club as Masonda before. He is actually owned by Maldonado, I think, a Uruguayan club or something. And last season he was actually out on loan at UD Las Palmas in the Liga BBVA. And I think he done okay, to be fair. But now we move on to Roberto this time, a goalkeeper that seems to be getting a tots every single year right now. He's gone from Olympiacos to Espanyol this time for £2.25 million. So the Spanish clubs are definitely going in. Then we go on to Jeremy Toulalan this time, the veteran CDM, going from AS Monaco to Bordeaux on a free transfer after getting released by Monaco. So that's quite a good sign for Bordeaux. Obviously in FIFA is a little bit slow, but I imagine in real life, still very good at reading the game. But it's not all bad news for Monaco today because they have signed a good player, which I'll cover in a moment. Then we go on to Serkan Yildirim. This is actually part of a three-player going to one club and part of a swap deal for another. So Yildirim going to Bursaspor, also Kisa going to Bursaspor, and also finally Ozcal. Well, that could be Özcal. So either way, these three players have gone to Bursaspor. Yildirim was there on loan last season, I believe. This guy was, I think, at Galatasaray possibly last season. This guy was also out on loan, but the player basically that Galatasaray get in return for them three is this man, Serdar Aziz. It says swap deal, but it also mentions there could be money involved as well. So 3 players plus cash for this centre-back. And this guy on FIFA Ultimate Team is so good, by the way, and will be a very nice card when he is transferred to Galatasaray because he's actually default a silver, but he did get a gold tots. But I've just remembered he did get a gold upgrade, so it does mean he'll be a gold silver instead of a silver at Galatasaray. And the final one today is going to be that one to AS Monaco. That's Benjamin Mendy going from Marseille for €15 million or £11.5 million. So it's a 5-year contract for him. It just seems like Marseille, they're kind of like a selling club right now. I'm not 100% sure on their financial status, but I don't think it's that great because like Dimitri Payet has gone, also Steve Mandanda, and I think they have recently or nearly confirmed the signing though of a permanent basis of Remy Cabella. But we'll have to wait and see for that one. Now we're going to the potential deals, and the very first one is actually Martin Odegaard. It's not actually about a transfer, although he is rumoured to be going out on loan. And this is because Carlo Ancelotti came out yesterday and kind of mentioned that apparently this signing of Martin Odegaard, because his manager at the time when it happened, it was actually a PR exercise for Real Madrid. Ancelotti has come out and said that Florentino Perez was behind the transfer, and the quote says, "When Florentino buys a Norwegian footballer, you simply have to accept it," he writes in a book called Quiet Leadership. Furthermore, the president decided that he'll play 3 games with the first team as a public relations exercise. And finally, Ancelotti added that he could be the best player in the world, but I don't care because he's not a player that I asked for, and the signing was to do the PR. Odegaard does have 9 caps for the current national team of Norway at the age of just 17, so he has obviously got something about him, but I'm not saying he's a bad player. He could turn out to be a great player, and as did Carlo Ancelotti. It's just something that Real Madrid, they kind of bought him, and they technically didn't really want him for his football abilities, rather than just getting the media attention. I thought I'd include that because that's quite an interesting thing to start today off with, guys, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But now we go into actual potential transfers. The very first one is Alex Pritchard potentially going to Napoli, and this is according to Sky Sports, and they're saying Napoli have made inquiry as to the availability of Tottenham midfielder Alex Pritchard, with the England under-21 international available for around £8 million. I believe Napoli currently own or at least have on loan Chalobah, I think it is, from Chelsea, so they have got some English players there, or one English player, and it'd be quite interesting to see if that goes through, as I think Pritchard before potentially was on loan at West Brom and also featured for the likes of Brentford. Then we got on to Isaac's success today, linked to Watford. Sky Sports are saying that Watford are close to completing the signing of Granada striker Isaac's success in the coming days. Reports in Spain suggest that Success has agreed a 5-year contract with the Premier League side held by the partnership between the two clubs. Now, I believe this is actually part of a triangle of clubs owned by them, because I know Watford, I think they're owned by the same people as Udinese, and also, I think it is Granada. I think that's the 3 clubs at least. I may be wrong, but they kind of like trade players between each other, because Watford signed someone in January, and I think they loaned him straight out to Granada. Further down there, it does read that Granada have recently been taken over this month, and the Watford owner right now currently isn't actually in control of the club anymore, but the deal was said to be in the pipeline before the takeover initially went through. And the Nigerian has been linked to the likes of Atletico Madrid and West Ham, but opted to move to North London instead. So will he be a success at Watford? We'll have to wait and see. And then we go on to Thomas Meunier this time. It's a right back that is currently playing for Belgium at Euro 2016. And today he is linked to the Premier League New Boys Middlesbrough. Apparently they're actually monitoring the availability of Club Brugge's Thomas Meunier ahead of a return to the Barclays Premier League. Reports in Italy say the £4.6 million rated right back has caught the eye of I think it's Aitor Karanka, but Borough faced competition from Napoli. The Italian club are already said to have met Meunier's agent to discuss a move, but the Premier League is an attractive proposition for any player. He won the Belgian Pro League with Bruges last season, and his domestic form then earned him a call up to Wilmot's national team, and is now starting at right back for them as well. But now we got on it to Antonio Sanabria today, linked to Tottenham. So it's both from the same type of source, Gazzetta dello Sport and Gazzetta World, which I'm assuming one is the newspaper and the other is the website. The first part says Tottenham have reached an agreement with Roma at their striker Antonio Sanabria, though a fee is yet to be agreed upon between the two clubs. And now Gazzetta World are writing that a fee has been agreed for the Paraguayan 20-year-old striker, with Spurs forking out around €15 million or £11.5 million. He was on loan to Sporting Gijon last season in the Spanish league and managed to get 11 goals as a 20-year-old that is good going, and I imagine that's kind of the reason that Tottenham are definitely in for him. Then we got on to Bril Donald Mbolo, one of the highly rated strikers this time, and one of the biggest talents in world football. And according to Blitch and also Damasio, Mbolo to Schalke is as good as done, and it will cost €20 million or £15.4 million. There were loads of rumours saying Mbolo was off to Manchester United after the agent and stuff had actually initially opened talks, but now apparently he's going to Schalke, and this could mean that Sané will be definitely leaving. And Sané has been linked to the likes of Bayern Munich and also in particularly Manchester City, so he'll probably be off there after Euro 2016 is over. Then we got on to Jesus Navas today, a player honestly I don't rate whatsoever, but apparently now both Milan clubs are kind of battling out for him. Navas has sparked a bidding war between AC Milan and also Inter Milan for the out of favour Manchester City winger. The Spaniard had just 1 year left in his contract, and according to Gazzetta World, they report that there will be a fall down the pecking order from Pep Guardiola, and he does not plan to use him. The former Sevilla man played 52 times for Man City last season, netting just once. So this guy, he's all pace, he has got no end product and stuff, and honestly I haven't rated him since he rejoined. So Navas potentially going off to Italy. And now we got on to Alvaro Negredo today, and it's actually also to do with this man, Enzo Perez. Let's go back to Negredo to start things off. So apparently, this Valencia duo are wanted by Chinese clubs. The former Man City striker Negredo was the subject of a firm interest from an unnamed Chinese club in the past, but he dismissed the offer, even though Valencia were willing to cash in on him. And also, now we got on to this guy, Enzo Perez, and apparently he would technically be willing to go to China. And apparently Valencia are fully aware that Chinese clubs are still in for Negredo. They just got to try and convince him, or he's got to try and convince himself to go over there. The Mestalla club have also received an offer from China for Perez, and the Argentine midfielder would consider heading east if he feels the move would benefit all parties involved. So I'm assuming he wants a good contract, he wants his agent to get a good fee, he wants the Chinese club to kind of support him and stuff, and also on top of that, probably wants Valencia to get some kind of good money out of him, and that potentially could mean he will not be on FIFA 17. And then we got on to Luciano Vietto today, a player that he went to Atletico Madrid and really hasn't been as good as people thought he would be. And according to TalkSport today, Atletico Madrid striker or forward Luciano Vietto, who they bought for €20 million, is being closely monitored by Arsenal and Manchester United. If Atletico Madrid can recoup the money they spent, they'll allow the 22-year-old Argentine forward to leave. But again, was mainly a bench player last season and didn't really make too much of an impact. And then we got on to Wesley Sneijder today, linked to Everton. And Sky Sports article literally starts off by saying, in what would surely be one of the most surprising transfers of the summer, reports in Turkey claim Everton have met Wesley Sneijder's €7.5 million release clause, which is £5.7 million, and that would mean he would be going to Goodison Park. The 32-year-old Galatasaray man could be Ronald Koeman's first signing as a Toffee's boss, according to newspaper Sondakika or something. So if they do meet his buyout clause, it doesn't mean he'll definitely go. He still has to agree like personal terms. But this is a big name. It would be a huge coup though for Everton. I'd be really interested to see how well Schneider actually does in the Premier League, to be honest, because he's still a great technical player. His passing, his shooting, his free kicks and stuff, they're all still top notch. And the fee of just £5.7 million really isn't too much of a risk, because he is 32 years old, yes, but £5.7 million now, given the TV money, that's absolutely nothing for Premier League clubs. And then we go on to Reece Oxford this time, linked to Red Bull Leipzig. So apparently Reece Oxford has been offered a £20,000 a week contract by Bundesliga club Red Bull Leipzig, according to Sky sources. The newly promoted German side are the latest club to try and lure the highly rated 17-year-old away from the Hammers. Leipzig are preparing for their first season in top flight of German football after finishing second in the Bundesliga 2 last season. So it would be a good signing for them, and a very interesting one for FIFA next year, having like a silver Englishman in the Bundesliga. And now we go on to one I covered yesterday. That is going to be Nolito of Celta Vigo. Today, apparently very, very close to joining Manchester City, and in fact has agreed a 3-year contract with them. That was according to TV3, and apparently according to Express, they basically agree with everything there, saying he's agreed terms, and the 3-year contract is actually true. And apparently on top of this as well, according to Elric Gutu TV, I can't say, that's a long name, but they're saying that his uncle, Nolito's uncle, has confirmed that he'll be joining Man City and also be working under Pep Guardiola next season. So if a family member said it, it's probably true. And now we go on to Ezekiel Garay, and I said this the other day, I was surprised that Garay wasn't linked to Manchester United, but today it's the links come up again. So according to Tuttosport, Man United and also Inter Milan are interested in signing Argentina and Zenit St. Petersburg central defender Ezekiel Garay this summer. No fees been mentioned whatsoever, but I imagine there is somewhat some truth in this. And then we go on to Sadio Mane today, and this was again covered yesterday, but a little bit more light has been shed on it. So the Daily Mail and Liverpool are ready to offer £25 million for the highly rated Southampton forward. So the reason I'm a bit sitting on the fence for this one, because I want us to sign him because he's a quick winger. He can play centrally, he can play on the wing, and we do need that. But there are a lot of other alternatives for him. But again, for Premier League money, £25 million, it does seem a lot, but is it really in the long term? I don't know. He could be an absolute flop, he could be a success. But either way, I want us to try it because he has got a good work rate, and again, like I said, he's very fast. And the Echo is saying he does fit the bill for Jurgen Klopp because he likes his work rate. Again, he can press and he knows where the back of the net is, to be fair. So again, I'm still not decided on this one, as again, it's another Southampton player, and that's kind of becoming a little bit of a joke now. And now we go on to Mundo Deportivo saying that Barcelona are eyeing Dybala to replace Neymar. So I said yesterday, I've said it multiple times, and it will feature again at the end of this episode. Neymar is not going anywhere according to most people at Barca, but apparently if he does go, like the really odd chance it does happen, they will look at Dybala as the replacement. And that's not the first time he's been linked to Barcelona. He was linked there before he initially joined Juventus, and also back in January. And then we got to Alexis Sánchez today, linked to Juventus. So the first part is saying that Juventus are weighing up a move for Arsenal forward Alexis Sánchez as they look to sign a replacement for the departed Alvaro Morata. He recently rejoined Real Madrid after they activated his release clause, and that does mean they're in for an attacker or a striker. And Sánchez, I mean, he was very good for Udinese in the Serie A, and then of course went to Barcelona and stuff, but whether Arsenal would sell him, I don't think they would. Unless a completely ludicrous offer comes in for him, again, I can't see it happening. Then we go on to Kalidou Koulibaly today, the big Frenchman, or Senegalese centre-back now, linked to Chelsea. And according to Daily Mirror at least, they said the Blues have reportedly made a £19.2 million bid for the 25-year-old. I'm pretty sure he got in a little bit of trouble a couple of weeks ago for something that I think he said publicly. I think he came out and said something about him having talks with Chelsea or something, and some of the Napoli fans that didn't like it. So that might not be the full story, but that's something that I think I definitely heard. Then we got on to Cesar Azpilicueta today. This is part of more than one transfer. So yesterday I covered that Unai Emery, the former Sevilla boss, was taking over Paris Saint-Germain, and today apparently, according to RMC at least, he has now written up a wish list of players he wants to bring in. So yesterday I covered it as Krychowiak, but on top of that list there's also N'Golo Kante and Azpilicueta of Chelsea. And now we move on to another player linked to Juventus, and this has been quite a common theme I imagine over the next couple of weeks. Because Morata is gone, there's going to be a lot of players that apparently are going to be their replacement. And again, reports in Italy today are saying that Michy Batshuayi of Marseille could be their man. Although he is linked to Tottenham and West Ham, Juventus could be more of an attraction. No fears been mentioned, but I imagine again he would be pretty damn interested. And then we go on to Gareth Bale, and this one isn't the transfer away, but apparently Real Madrid are set to offer him a 7-year contract. So according to Daily Mail then, Real Madrid are ready to offer Gareth Bale, in quotations, a deal for life. This is to ward off interest from the Premier League, with a report suggesting the Welsh attacker could be offered a bumper deal spanning a massive 7 years to stay at the Bernabeu. So when Cristiano Ronaldo retires, there's going to be a massive void at Real Madrid, but I think Gareth Bale, I honestly think he's good enough to kind of fill that. And the final one today is going to be squashing all the rumours of Neymar potentially going to PSG and Manchester United and stuff. And today, one of the high up people at Barcelona has said that they've not ever contemplated contemplated him actually leaving ever. Barca have been trying to tie him down to a contract over the last couple of months, and it looks like it still could go through, just he hasn't signed it instantly because he's keeping his options open, which I imagine for him is kind of it's understandable. But just because he hasn't signed it yet does not mean he won't ever sign it, kind of thing, because a player of his age, he's going to get a lot of interest from a lot of clubs and being offered a lot of money to go elsewhere, and I imagine PSG's offer is probably legitimate. But basically yesterday, a company financial vice president who's called Susanna Monge or something, there was actually asked about Neymar at a conference in Barcelona, and they essentially said that we've never ever thought about him going, and they're expecting him to sign a contract at some point. So guys, that's covered all today's potential rumours and the confirmed stuff at the very beginning. So as always, if you can smash 1,000 followers likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on today's rumours and rumours I should do in the next episode. Remember, any previous videos on my channel, 8 AM is transfers, 9 PM or 10 PM is the second video, guys. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.